Welcome back, 2023 NXL Sunshine State Major. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Rich Telver here on GoSports.com. First event of the season. Next up, Houston Heat taking on the New Orleans Hurricanes. Revo and AC Diesel also in this set. So this is the first time we're going to see Houston Heat. Got to call them one of the favorites as always. They didn't win an event last year, but man, they were one of the most consistent teams. Just always finishing deep into Sunday. And off the break here, going to take some ground on that D side, get into D1 real quick, and taking a little bit of ground over here on the Snake side with Chad George getting to the tower. Hurricanes, 5-on-5 break. Yeah,
yep. Hurricanes with more penetration on the Dario side.
Hurricanes, what a great story there. Such an inspiring paintball story. There's grown men on these squad, man. These guys fought through the ranks for years to get here, and they were very impressive last season, making Sundays. I mean, at one point, they went undefeated in the prelims in Chicago, but they are going to be starting this one with a penalty. They also picked up Nick Ripple, one of the best Snake players ever to come out of Europe, but he's going to get pulled on that penalty, so not going to get an opportunity to display his skills on this very interesting, kind of chaotic Snake side of the field. It's methodical, it's tactical, it is not a bloody knuckles side of the field. There's been a little bit of bloody knuckles, but for the most part, you got to be very calm and methodically aggressive on the Snake side to prevail. So San Monville in a good spot. He's made it into the wedge structure in the middle. Chad George is at the insert bunker, and he's got a body right behind him with Tyler Harmon. Still 5-on-3 right now here.
Usual suspects. Complete control, right? They've got a good spread across the whole field. And this is the same combo we see a lot over here with Tyler and Chad. Sam shooting from the back center, kind of working his way through the middle or feeling outside if they lose somebody.
Yeah, when you have a kind of a center that requires a lot of thought and aggression, but also you have to be able to switch it up and hold lanes, you're going to see Sam a lot.
Yeah.
If it's a crazy car crash, needs some speed and some smash mouth paintball, then you see Chad Boucher.
Yep.
But yeah, Houston Heat, one of those top tier teams, multiple time world champions, and one of the best to ever do it. They have an incredibly deep roster, picking up Todd Martinez as their coach last year, and they also picked up Connor Kelly in the offseason.
They did. It'd be interesting to see if he can kind of crack into that upper echelons with that team.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's 20 years old, and he's going from, got Paintball Famous playing on the ML Kings, playing every single point, but he's going to have to work himself into playtime with these legends. He's a good kid, though, man. Talk to him. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's real happy just for the opportunity.
So what's your take on that, though, Matty? Because I wrestle with it going back and forth, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. Someone like Connor, who's, let's say, 60% through the like on his way to being the top pro guy that he wants to be, and like, is it better to try to get as much seasoning as you can before you start coming up here and kind of competing with these guys for spots, or is it better to jump up here early and try to swim with the sharks?
You could argue it either way.
I know. I'm just asking your opinion.
I think it's a good move for him, because he's just going to be able to hyperspeed his development by getting to learn from all the guys on Houston.
It's certainly a huge opportunity either way.
Yeah. Now, yeah, if he had spent a couple more seasons playing literally every single point.
I've seen a lot of guys do either, right? I've seen a lot of guys go up too early and never make it, and I've seen guys go up early and flirt and do really, really well. So
success
completely
can be
up to
found,
him.
Yeah, success can be found both ways, but it is a little bit of a harder road to try to get playtime because
it's just it's very challenging. Right? You have to have a very, very supportive team so that they're really supporting that guy in practice, right? Because they're not supporting him at the events, right?
Well, Houston Heat going up a couple bodies and then just kind of locking it up, trying to hope that the Hurricanes are going to go in these guns. And they did make a move into D3, so taking a little bit more ground, but definitely playing a little methodical here in point number 1 for Houston Heat. Hurricanes rolling the dice, getting up into D3.
Well, it's one of two things, Matt. Either they don't really know what the count is and what's going on, or they've decided that, hey, we're going to play every point as slowly, methodically as we can until we find the right tempo and kind of flourish.
But this is kind of what Houston Heat was waiting for. So Monville's just totally post on that lane with Chad as well, too, and then they get that kill when they get when Hurricanes transition from D3 to D4.
Got 2-on-5 now. Hurricanes in the Dorito 1 and the brick on the Snake side. Houston Heat starting to release out of the primaries into their secondaries. This point shouldn't last too much longer. Nice little breeze picking up, huh?
Yeah, it's getting a little hot out here, but the breeze is definitely picking up.
Yeah, I was going to take the rest of the day off if the breeze didn't pick up. But
yeah, I had to call you back in.
I think I'm going to stay now. I think I'm going to stay.
So Tao going to get thrown in here by Mike Bianca, the coach. For
very controlled paintball about Houston Heat, like controlled aggression, right?
Yeah. Well, they got the gift of that penalty early, and then they just locked it up, really trying to kind of hope that one of the Hurricanes players was going to try to get motivated to push forward through a gap. It's exactly what happened. They were able to get that kill from D3 to D4 in that transition, and after that, it's 2-on-5, and that precipitated Bianca's concession. And going to give the first point here to Houston Heat. So now they're in the pits right now with Houston Heat. So there's Devin Stewart, Connor Kelly, Ryan Moorhead. So is Todd going to go back and point number 2 to the starting lineup he just put out, or is he going to try to get some spins for some of those other guys? We will see.
Getting ready to jump into this next match.
Now, how's Diesel going to answer? So if you're just tuning in, the Superstar squad of Diesel lost to the Los Angeles Ironmen by 1 point in overtime. They got a bad break in overtime, and they lost 2 bodies. And now they're playing Revo, which on paper is a little bit more of a polished squad than the Ironmen, but Revo getting chewed up here early.
Yeah, 3 Revo players taking the walk early, Matty. It's a 2-on-5 now.
Yeah, so it's just Caleb and Benny Carroll, and I think Benny just got shot, knowing there's not many bodies left, trying to...
Concede. Caleb Abel is going to take a beating if you don't. And Caleb takes the walk.
So
yeah, Diesel looks a little tuned in now. Might not like, hey man, that's a lot of money to be losing games out here, guys.
Well, we just said we had Ryan Greenspan up here, and he was talking about, like, yeah, if you're Revo, it's kind of a little frustrating because now you have to play a really pissed off AC Diesel because they just dropped that first game.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like, bro, help us out. Help us help you. Back in the old days, if you beat the Ironman, playing the next game was not good.
Yeah, so
Fedorov
Diesel making really easy work of that one by getting those 3 kills off the break. And
they should just do that every time.
Yeah, piece of cake, man.
Yeah, the games would be way easier. It's crazy. We haven't had a lot of coin battles today, have we?
One-on-ones?
Yeah.
There's been 2 one-on-ones. GJ Sakaguchi won a one-on-one, and then I couldn't remember the last. There was another one. Oh, Jacob Edwards.
Speaks to Team Paintball winner out here. Both teams of 5 across the line, but getting a check now. 2 players from Houston Heat. One of them is eliminated. Looks like Ryan Moorhead taking the walk from Dorito 2. Fedorov switches from looking snake side to Dorito side to compensate for losing that player outside.
Yeah, pay for the Hurricanes. Their left-hand side of your screen, getting up into that crucial wedge structure.
Yep.
He's got 2 bodies behind him, so spread the field out with Ripple and another body inside. But a pretty good cross-field spread here right now for the Hurricanes.
And 1 body advantage, and they're up in the center of the field, so this is a good point for them. If they can capitalize and get 1 more elimination, put themselves in a 3-on-5, they can switch from their kind of passive offense here to a more aggressive offense and close out in a 3-on-5. Ooh, but they let him get outside. Didn't see who that was who got out of back center, went from back center to the can on the Dorito side, and that was a huge fill, Matt. Fedorov taking the walk. It's 3-on-5 now.
Yeah, this is the opportunity right now for the Hurricanes in point number 2 to try to tie this one up. They have a big advantage on the body count.
This is a big point here for the Hurricanes. They need to have the discipline to win this point. They can't let any one of the Houston Heat guys sneak out of that pocket, shoot a couple of them, and get Houston Heat back in this point. It's a 5-on-3. The only way you lose a 5-on-3 is by making mistakes. The other team doesn't beat you, you beat yourself.
No one's putting any pressure on Pate. Pate's just up and over the top.
Pate is not afraid of people, okay? If that's what you think, you're wrong, brother. Okay, there's the first mistake made by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I think that might have been Britt Simpson to take the walk here.
Doubled up that can over there.
Yeah, that's a nice kill here for Houston Heat. And Pate's trying to look for it, trying to move up, looking at Houston here on your screen.
Yeah, a little too cautious. I think Pate's playing a little too cautiously, and I think the guys out of the back line need to catch up with him before they lose another battle and this becomes a 3-on-3 and they're at a disadvantage.
I think is this Connor in here? I think this is Connor.
I can't. He's in the shadow for me, Matty. I'm sorry I can't see it. I haven't seen his body language enough.
Yeah, well, Nick Ripple has just crawled up into the 50-yard line. And
yeah, it sounds like
he knows he's there. Yeah, it's Connor Kelly. So Connor Kelly's still alive here for Heat.
And getting a spin, nice. Congratulations, Connor Kelly.
And he's got a body right behind him with Tyler Harmon, who's out wide. So Ripple's really got to worry about the gun of Tyler Harmon.
Ripple does have a guy behind him in the corner, but that guy behind him is not Tyler Harmon.
Yeah, Ripple's in kind of a tough spot. He's going to have to do a little tactical reach.
I love that. I'd much rather have him get out of that spot where he's so vulnerable, get to a spot where he can actually shoot his gun a little bit, have a little vision.
Well, Nick's people that haven't been watching European paintball. He's one of the best out of that whole continent, but because he's really smart. He'll play aggressive when he needs to, but that was an intelligent move for him to get out of that spot. Feeling too much of a pinch, waited for the right time, knows they still have extra bodies out there. Let's get back, stay alive, reset.
And the Hurricanes are now starting to push up the Drew side of the field, Matty. So advantage back to Hurricanes. Houston Heat with Tyler Harmon in the corner. Connor here in the laydown brick. Can't see who's in the left can, the Drudo can. But
I think it's Devin.
Okay, Devin Stewart. So 4-on-3 advantage here for the Hurricanes in position and have a body advantage. Can they work together to pinch Devin Stewart out of that can and then drop the hammer on the remaining 2 Houston Heat players that'll be lined up in this corner? The kill is definitely Devin Stewart. They need to focus on that, put pressure from both tapes, pinch him out of that can. You can't live in a circle when people are shooting at you from both tapes, and then crush the last two guys in the corner. I'm radioing this to them in the pits. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, when you go up bodies against a team like Houston Heat, they already threw one away. Can't throw another one away to even it up. They have they have a one-body advantage right now.
You cannot afford to get in a one-on-one gunfight because that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, they got the brick in the center, shading here towards the Snake side. Nick Ripple still in the Snake. Camp was behind Ripple for a bit, but Camp has moved over to help Pate. So nice repositions here for the Hurricanes.
Very mature. Usually people start to fold under the pressure of playing against a team like Houston Heat for this long in a point. Start to make little mistakes here and there because they haven't gone this deep into a point.
Yeah, under 7 minutes. Well, the one thing that I've been impressed with is the Hurricanes they have that mental capacity to thrive in the pressure. Again, this is not just some boot rookie kids that just, learned how to live life. These are grown men. These guys have regular jobs. I mean, they've worked hard to get here. They've now fought through and they get up and they pinch out Tyler Harmon in that back corner bunker. I think that might have been Nick to get the shot. And I think Nick Ripple also might have got a shot on Connor Kelly, unless it was Pate cross field. So now it's just Devin Stewart, and he tries to get out wide. Nothing that Devin could do in that position.
Great point there for the Hurricanes. Yeah, I was talking to Coach before the game, and I said, I wish we were closer together because our teams are so polar opposite that your strengths are our weaknesses and your weaknesses are our strengths. And if we practice together locally, we could probably help each other out. We're just, demographically so far away.
You talking about the Hurricanes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that would be an interesting because stylistically, New York Extreme and the Hurricanes do not put the same style of
That's
paintball.
what I'm saying. They're polar opposites.
It would be great, yeah. So that would be great if you guys could find a way to practice against each other. Looking at the pits right now with the Hurricanes. But, yeah, man, if you're out there playing divisional paintball, and I was talking to Mike Bianca about this, the fact that they did it means you have a chance to do it too. Through hard work and tenacity, these guys fought for years to be good enough to earn the right to play in the pro division, and then they show up and stayed focused and were good enough to go undefeated in the prelims in Chicago, making Sundays. I mean, they looked really good last year. Didn't go deep on any Sundays, but hey, one step at a time.
Diesel drops one, second one get a check on the D side, Matty. Yep, 4-on-5 advantage.
It's Baginski.
For Revo.
Baginski taking the walk here.
Baginski taking the walk
for AC Diesel.
I like to see how Benny Carroll's going to play that center bunker up there. He's so creative. Moves really well. Looks like he gets a kill cross field on the can. Justin Rabikoff taking the walk.
Big kill.
Rab's not going to be happy about that. First event Rab has missed in like 62 years.
Was he running a triathlon or something?
Yeah, I don't know. He's doing some kind of rocket science or something. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but it's super important, obviously. Ooh, and Revo tries to fill out a back center and gets caught. A little sloppy there. Gets pinched out by that center brick.
Yeah, it's Caleb Abel. And then they still have Silos Cortez over here on this side. Henry Sense bounces over to help out Cortez.
Here
Cortez
goes Mouse.
retreats, but here comes Mouse. Yeah, Mouse dives in. I don't think Benny knows he's there.
Benny has no idea, but Benny's about to know.
Battle going down in the Snake. Both teams with a body here. Benny's going to run through and stay alive, it looks like. No, he doesn't.
He gets one, and then Mouse punishes him. So he gets Spica, and then Mouse punishes him.
But the benefit of having the extra body over here is that now Mouse is alive by himself at the 50-yard line and not feeling any pressure. Just pop the top to try to shoot those inside lanes, but now battling down that sideline. And here's who he's looking at down that sideline. Silos Cortez, who's now retreated. He's played 4 or 5 different spots over here. Cortez getting scrambling around.
I played that many spots in one game. That would be my last game in that event. That would be my first and last game if I had to play.
Can somebody get Rich some oxygen and an IV of hydration?
Why did I have to move so many times? Just standing up over the top there, looking very confident in the corner. Revo's got Snake corner. Maddie, what's the position on their D side?
For
Revo?
Revo?
The corner? Yeah, is it the corner? Or?
I don't see anyone in the corner, so this is Diesel's side of the field here. And so they have basically the attackers on both sides, and that looks like it's about it. This has been yet another chaotic point with bodies kind of dropping all over. And it looks like
Mouse taking the walk.
Yeah, Goldman's going to get eaten up from Silos clocking in already for his new squad. Silos Cortez getting dropped by damage in the offseason, getting picked up from Revo because Revo needs offensive punch, and that's what Silos brings to the table.
Yeah, heads up. If you have some stuff going on between you and your team and you want to find another team, just throw that out there on a podcast for a buddy. So dial that right in for you.
So it looks like they do get that last kill And here we go. So Revo going to put their first point up to tie this game up with 11:46 to go. Beautiful job by Silos Cortez in that point. And it looks like O'Mara also still alive out there for Revo, battling on that D side. Yeah, so, I mean, Cortez played every spot over here practically.
He was working real hard, man.
He was
working real hard.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he wasn't worth the money. I'm just saying keep that stuff in-house.
Yeah. So now we're in the pits with Diesel.
Interesting to see Heat's answer to that last point. Hurricanes looked really, really good that last point.
Yeah, they did. I mean, the trouble was early on for Houston Heat. Hurricanes doing a great job of filtering bodies over to that D side to try to finish things out.
Yeah, it was a longer, slower point than it had to be, obviously. But when you're playing against a team that's better than you got to be careful.
Nick Ripple with his first tournament with his new team, flying over from Europe. And I asked him, like, you make practice last week? And he's like, yeah, it took me 25 hours to get there. And I was like,
everybody
is that like
has
it took 28? No, he's like, no, it legitimately took me 25 hours. They had 2 canceled flights. They overbooked another one. He's like, I got extra $300 out of it, but they wouldn't allow me to fly on the flight.
Travel's brutal, man. Everybody got screwed. Glad everybody that made it made it. Good breakout for both teams, 10 on 10.
Only 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in this one here.
Chad George dodges the bullet on that one, literally.
Looking over the
and he gets caught on the next gap. 4 on 5 advantage for the Hurricanes. Good zone control from the Hurricanes. Cross shot from the can on the Dreer side. Catches Chad George filling from the tower on the snake side into the brick.
Monville dives into the wedge structure, though, and he's got a body right beside him.
Yeah, I think, is that Ronnie?
Inside?
Yeah, in the little wing over there.
Yeah, I think that's Dizon.
Hurricanes now make a move to the tower on the snake side, Matty. That's a good control position on the snake side. He can see and shoot both sides of the field, communicate well. Tyler Harmon matches that, fills into his mirror, which is the same bunker that he's playing on the opposite side of the field. 4 on 5 advantage here for the Hurricanes, 1-1. Great match.
Monville's looking like he wants to make a move.
Yeah, that's a more defensive position, but doesn't mean Sam's going to play it that way, right?
Well, you have a lot of options from there.
For sure.
Yeah,
you can play offensively, defensively, you can zone it up.
Snake, yeah. You have a lot of zones to watch from there.
You have a lot of zones, but you also you don't have a ton of vision, right? So you have good zones, but you can't see a lot of other things. So you're really relying on getting that information from the back row.
Tyler also looking like he's going to bump
the
spot.
Man, that's good zone control. That can is just eating that zone alive. That's something they're going to have to address going forward.
But then Sam wraps around and gets the shot in on him. So Sam Monville balling out right now. As he's the only body here for Houston Heat on this side, but it looks like he's going to get a little help. Actually, he just got some help. He's got a back player behind him, Fedorov. He glides on over. Dizon has been focusing his gun towards that D side, but now he's going back and forth.
Man, that's the best zone control I've seen so far.
Yeah, because Tyler didn't give him much.
No. Hurricanes doing a great job to get another body out to that Dorito side. Dorito side can. Again, control position from that side of the field. He can see the snake side. He can see the Dorito side. He can communicate.
Look at this, though. Nick Ripple creeping up here.
Nick the Ripple.
Trying to get the drop in on San Monville, who's in that snake right in front of him. He also has to worry about Dizon inside. Dizon going back and forth from that wedge. Nick Ripple trying to find this body.
Yeah, he'd like Dizon to go across that gap right now so he could get right back in his game.
I can't see who this player is at the can, but this guy was just shooting laser beams out there.
Laser beams.
Got that kill on Tyler. And the Hurricanes
he got Chad right before that, too, remember?
That's what I'm saying. He's just holding that lane just like an iron wall of paint.
And he wasn't pumping the gap either. He waited until he saw it and shot the exact.
Baited him in almost.
Yeah, just hit the exact shot. A very high-level paintball. The game started to slow down a little bit. Both teams here have similar body counts, similar body positions, and the score is 1-1. So neither one of these teams wants to make a mistake.
Only 3:33 left, Rich.
So it got to Sunday afternoon so quickly, Matt.
So quick.
So quickly did it become Sunday afternoon.
Took like 2 sets.
Well, to be fair, this did catch us off guard. We didn't see it coming. Otherwise, we would have prepared you for it. Guys, buy lots of extra hydration for this weekend.
Yeah, the longer that this point goes, the more important it becomes. Ripple got a little help.
The corner fill?
Yeah, I think Camp got out behind him.
Everyone's digging through their pack right now. Like, I got 1 pod left. Do I have 2 pods left? Where am I at?
I can't see how much Camp has. Nick's got now. He just loaded his second to last
one
pod.
clip left. But I mean, there's only 3 minutes left, right? So
250 now.
250. I mean, you can't spend too much time out there.
Yeah, tense moments here. Houston Heat, Hurricanes battling out in their first matches. Be huge for the Hurricanes if they could defeat Heat and go 1-0. Be a big statement to the league. Yeah, and everyone's just running low on paint. Not many guns being shot out there right now. A little bit of communication as the bodies dwindled down.
I think this is a slow, methodical field, but I'm a little surprised Heat's playing it this slow and methodical. 3-on-3, I think.
3-on-3, I think, as well, too. Dizon's going to come now, start exploring the center.
And this is where he's got to make that, and Ripple's got to make that shot in the gap, and he missed it.
So Ronnie goes up, presents a threat, and then does a little tactical retreat. Now he's going to go back on over to the wedge. So
because if Houston Heat knows one thing, they're not moving up the snake tape if that guy's in the can, right? So Dizon's got the ball. He's got to try to get down that D side.
Yeah, I mean, Fedorov's just posted up back behind Sam. Sam's been dealing with his threat in front of him the whole time, just staying posted, trying to catch, see if Nick Ripple gets a little sloppy, which he has not. And then Dizon definitely has the ball. I mean, yeah, but he has to worry about Nick and Camp as well, too.
And the problem is whoever loses this point, they've spent so much time on this point, it's going to be tough to come back and tie the matchup.
Yeah, down to a minute 30. This could be the deciding point here, as Fedorov is now going to get up. And here comes Nick Ripple. Nick Ripple's going to cut to the inside. Does he know exactly where Sam is the question. Oh, and Sam Monville able to get the drop in on Nick Ripple. That's going to give a big advantage to Houston Heat with just 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Can they break through this cross?
You can kill that Camp from there, Matt.
2 bodies left alive. Camp comes out of that back corner. And then Sam Monville's going to get the inside kill as well. A little 2-pack for Sam Monville. Can he make it 3? And I think Fedorov was the one that got the shot in on Camp, but that is going to force a concession.
Sam Monville saving that point for Houston Heat, Matty.
Get that guy a cold water and a little back rub right now.
That's why you pay Sam Monville the big dollars.
Yeah, huge point for Sam Monville. And I'm trying to think. I mean, Nick didn't even really make that big of a mistake. He went inside.
Someone's got to go first there, right?
Yeah.
Whichever guy went first and flinched was probably going to be at the disadvantage.
And it was almost that Sam was just so tight and tucked in, not giving Nick anything. And so Nick playing the aggressor, I mean, honestly, looking back, he probably should have just committed to get the trade.
At least trade. Every time.
So, I mean, it was a well-played point by Nick Ripple, but Sam just a little bit better out here.
Listen, when you're going against a Jedi Master, a little, good game is not going to cut it, friend.
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Sam Monville out there.
Dude, I saw that laser beam. Here we go. Diesel on the right, Revo on the left. Looks like Diesel lost 1, might lose 2.
Yeah, they lose Clint. Clint Johnson taking the walk from the D side.
The can on the D side took a hard face bounce.
Oh, man.
So 4-on-5 and good solid landing from Revo on the break.
Well, it was colder this morning, and it's definitely getting warmer out here. So
it was hot before that breeze picked up.
Gonna catch a few extra bouncers.
Yeah, if that paint was out in the sun for 5 minutes, it's gonna make a big difference.
Oh, J-Rab taking the walk from that back center ridge.
5-on-3, Matty. Advantage Revo here.
Yeah, for Revo. So much more time left in this one, Rich. Still 11 minutes left to go here in this match.
That's a long time.
But there could be a 6-minute point popped off at any point in time, so.
For sure. Spick's going forward, looking to make something happen. I mean, they're down on bodies. They should probably down on. Oh, they're in there. Nice move.
Spica comes through, obliterates.
Wow, that was an amazing move. Good job, Spica.
And he got through that gap so fast.
Yeah, he got 2 and got through alive.
Yeah, I think that might be O'Mara at the can, but he was so quick. And, I mean, Spica's a blazing fast guy, and he's not that tall. So he was able to go low enough, and that was just perfectly done. Blasted Benny, and now he's going to retreat. So does Goldman. But coming up and over the top as...
Shorty?
Yeah, Shorty. Saucedo coming up. Or Saucedo.
Shorty made a great move to go get him. Great move by Spica, great counter by Shorty. Now we're having some good paintball, Matty.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thank you, paintball gods.
Nice little back and forth.
Yeah.
Here. But now controlling the real estate is Revo because of the aggression here from Sean.
Yep. Superior break shooting and then superior counter punch paintball at the 50 here. Yeah, Revo's just playing better team ball. And, obviously Diesel's going to be an amazing team with all those players on it, but it might take him an event or 2, right?
Yeah, and I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I keep saying it just because it's true. I mean, anyone that's been in the situation that they're in, it takes time.
Yep.
It takes some time.
There's a different chemistry to every single team, and until you figure out the right mixture and the right chemistry, the team is just not the same. No matter how great the players are. Mouse making a big move.
Mouse
look at the counter, Matt. Here's the counter. Oh, nice.
So Henry Sense comes through and punishes Goldman.
Oh, yeah, he did. He put it on him.
Shorty's still alive in that chaos. That was a beautiful.
I didn't even know those guys didn't like each other. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a beautiful counterpunch move there from.
Revo's playing
Henry
better
Sense.
breakout paintball and better counterpunch paintball than Diesel right now. Although Salcedo gets caught. That might be a no point.
He gets caught, but I think that might have been Nico slipping through.
Yeah, I think that might be a no point.
And I think he just traded. So Nico, even though not able to end up getting the point, or no, did they throw the towel? Because I think Nico might have been still alive in that.
If not, I was going to say that was a lot of work for no points.
Yeah, I don't see the point. I think they actually did just put the point up, but couldn't quite. Oh, okay. So no, it was a no point, and we're in the pits right now. Goldman getting wiped off. He definitely got punished from Henry Sense, but Goldman's a beast. He's used to getting either giving the beatings out or taking the beatings.
I don't know if you've been watching them on Instagram going back and forth, but they're beefing for sure.
Henry Sense?
Yeah. And Mouse.
Okay.
After that little situation, are you kidding me?
Okay, yeah.
If they weren't beefing before, they're beefing now. Okay.
You're just stirring the pot.
There's definitely some beef going on out there. Here we go. Houston Heat.
You saying that Henry said something about his mom?
What?
It was?
Yeah, don't make kids jokes like that.
I think that was Rich.
You crossed the line, Matt. You went too far, Matt. Now Mouse is going to try to beat me up again. Well, Houston Heat, 5 across the back line.
You are getting a little old, Rich. I think now is the time.
I have been old.
Now is the time to strike.
Yeah, Hurricanes dropped their first player. If you beat me up now, it's just like sad, just beating up a crippled old man. Oh, Hurricanes.
Oh, penalty assessed.
And so it begins.
Yeah.
The de-evolution of a great
Nick
match.
had just got in there. He got pulled out. I couldn't see. I don't think the penalty was on Nick. It might have been on Stewart. But another body comes. Connor Kelly dives into the snake, and he gets taken out. Here comes a counterpunch on the D side from the Hurricanes, but it gets stopped as Fedorov is still alive. Or there, he might have caught when he does, but it's not going to matter because Tyler Harmon and Ronnie Dizon still alive in the chaos to go and get that point with 10 seconds. So
that was a super chaotic point.
Yeah, it was a super chaotic point. Interesting game. Some long points, some very quick point in that one. But Houston Heat going to be taking most likely a 3-1 win. There's still 7 seconds left, which I'm guessing they're probably going to play that. They might not, though.
They shouldn't. Neither team should, because neither team wants to lose what margin they already have.
Yeah, if you're the Hurricanes, I mean, it was a very close battle. It really kind of came down to 1 or 2 moves out here. So not a bad look in the loss, but Houston Heat doing enough. 3-1 possible final score. So a no point. It's still 1-1 in this Diesel Revo battle that we've seen go back and forth with a decent amount of time left here, Rich.
Yeah, plenty of time. I'm really interested in this Diesel Revo match, man.
Well, Revo loaded up, right? Tom Ford comes in, he's spending some money.
Welcome back, Tom.
Picking up some bodies.
And thank you for my jersey. I've heard.
Yeah, he came over and said that he had bought a jersey.
Yeah, he told me about it too. He said he's going to present it to me. That was very, very cool. Oh, Revo losing 2, Maddie, on the D side.
Yeah, big break here for AC Diesel. Getting a couple kills. See if they can make the most of it, though. Benny Carroll, he's asking for a check in the wedge structure. It looks like he's good to go.
Got one. Got lucky with one. Mouse filling up. It's a much better look for Diesel here. 4 bodies left alive. Control positions. Revo down a position, body. Benny Carroll trying to stem the tide there in the center of the field. In that wedge position, wrapping all the way around. Getting a lot of pressure from the D side.
Yeah, Benny Carroll definitely feeling a lot of pressure in there.
J-Rab in the back trying to direct the guys.
A-Rod bumping out into D2. Kyle Spica goes up into the wedge to mirror the move with Benny Carroll. They're looking different ways, though. Spica's more looking inside, out towards the D side. Benny towards the snake side, because he's got 2 bodies over there he just needs to worry about. Benny's going to attack, goes to the brick. He's going to lose a body behind him, so they're going to save Benny the pain. I
like the fact that he's just, if it's there, he's going to take it, and he's going to wheel and deal and make the best of it.
Benny's a fun player to watch because he's very smooth.
He moves really well.
Yeah, he moves very athletically.
And he sees the field really well.
Yeah, not scared to go.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I enjoy watching play the most. Or certainly that style,
Yeah, he's kind of one of those like.
Maybe it's because I was so unlike that when I see somebody else do it, I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. So that's what it looks like to play good paintball. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you never did have it wasn't rich, graceful Telford.
No, not at all.
But even though you did name your daughter Grace.
Yes. There's only a little bit of Grace in my family. My daughter Shelby is actually here, and she's going to come out and visit us at some point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's running around out here somewhere.
How old is she now?
She's 14. She'll tell you that she's 25, right? Try to get you to buy booze or something. Don't do it.
Let's jump into this next point here. Heat up.
Oh, I like
two,
it.
Yeah,
full send.
Yeah, it looked like 10 seconds left, so they're playing it. Look at this, though. Hurricane sneaking up on the D side, and he almost
got it. Man, that would have been funny. Great run.
Yeah, no one even was able to pick up. I think that was Britt over there on the D side trying to make that big run, and probably would have made it if he had another 3 seconds.
If he spent a little more time in the gym, that's what you should have said, man.
That dude definitely is not missing any time.
Have you seen his gut? Yeah, no, if you look, when he sits down and leans over to the left, it hangs over just a little bit right there. I saw it. It was super embarrassing for him.
Britt is not a young man, and he's the guy walking around with no shirt on all the time. I'm like, dude, come on, Britt.
It's because he doesn't own a shirt, bro.
You're making the rest of us look bad.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, bro. For all of us fat dudes, we really appreciate all you jack dudes walking around with no shirts. Good looking out.
So Houston Heat is going to be taking the 2-point victory here, 3-1 final score in that match. Hurricanes, no, not a blowout, no, not a terrible loss, but a few mistakes here or there definitely cost them. But then again, they are playing Houston Heat. So Houston Heat not getting off to a slow start here, starting off with a win. They are going to be going against the Ironman next, and the Ironman took down Diesel. So they're going to be very confident in that match. That's going to be
they better be
coming up at 4:05 here Eastern time. We got Dynasty and Legion in this next set. Legion under a little bit of a rebuild here. And then X Factor and Infamous also in that set, too.
I think Benny Carroll made that shot from that center Aztec and shot the guy pushing up the Dorito side, but also got shot doing so. So 4-on-4 here. Diesel dropping one and shooting one. Fill up the center. I think that's Spica. We got Mouse and J-Rab over here. That's a really powerful combination with Spica, J-Rab, and Mouse. Those three guys on any tape is a tough three guys.
Well, A-Rod's with them, too.
Yeah. It's not... He should back out. 3 is enough. If you can't do it with 3, you're just embarrassing
Every
yourself.
single one of those guys has won an MVP before.
Yeah, is a savage. Savage in his own right.
Some of them multiple times.
I like the fact that Revo's going right at him, though. If they get that close together, it's easy to get a couple of them. There's 4 guys that can all transition from their same bunker to the next guy.
Well,
you throw a hand grenade in there.
One of the new pickups here for Revo, Ethan Adams, getting a spin in a crucial moment here for Revo. 7 minutes left to go. He's on the snake side and in a pretty good spot here. He's at the 50-yard line. See if Adams can get it done. Start earning his keep on this squad.
I don't think they know he's up there yet, Matty.
Well, he's got
they just found him. They just found him, Matty. J-Rab might have got him.
Running referee coming in to give him a check.
If he's got a hit, he's definitely getting a penalty. That referee ran too far.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he's not hit, they're going to know exactly where he is. Minor penalty going to be assessed on Adams. That's going to pull out the body behind him and puts Revo in a pretty bad spot.
Yep.
Because now Spica's passed onto their side of the field. Now they're going to get Alex Goldman to dive here into the Snake 50. And here comes A-Rod attacking to get into that brick. Revo flooding a body out here, back bunker on the Snake side. He makes it clean.
I think that's Henry.
So that's a sign, some signs of life here in this point.
Yeah. Diesel's moving up, 3 players on the 50, swinging a... Oh, I think J-Rab just got shot going around the corner, Matt. That might help Revo a little bit.
Yeah, J-Rab taking the walk, but they still got to deal with Goldman and Alex Rodriguez. They got the field spread. Kitsy has 2 bodies left alive right now.
Back center and snake corner for Revo.
Yeah, it is definitely back center and snake corner for Revo. A-Rod's now onto their side of the field. Alex Goldman with a little retreat to give himself a little bit better field vision. And then Spica is also onto their side of this field too. So now it looks like A-Rod getting taken out, and so A-Rod got shot.
2-on-2 now?
Yeah, so it's now down to a 2-on-2. So Revo holding tough here. And there's no one on that D side, so it'd probably be in the best interest for AC Diesel to have Mouse bounce out to that side.
For sure. Start spreading that field.
Spica's gunfighting, like is there a body in that tower?
I can't. I can see the back of it.
If it is, he's living on the other side.
outside.
But it is moving a little bit, and I don't know if that's because the wind is picking up a little bit. It might be the wind.
I feel like I know there's a guy in the back center. I know there's a guy in the snake corner. I think it's a 2-on-2, but I'm not sure.
Well, here's the thing, though, right, is that it's a 2-on-2. There's 4.5 minutes left. Yeah, we would like Goldman to spread the field here, but they have the lead by a point, right? So it is going to be up to Revo to push into him.
For sure.
If we could get the camera to just glance over a little bit, let us know if there's someone in that bunker over in the can.
Like
a little bit more.
Canner?
A little bit more. little bit more. I don't think there's anyone in that can. Yeah, so it's just, yeah, it's 2-on-2, Rich. Not anymore.
2-on-1 now. Whoever that backside player is for Revo really let the team down there by getting shot. Oh, and then the corner Henry gets shot out there as well.
A nice solid point by the Tiger Wear crew there, Alex Goldman and Kyle Spica.
Yeah, if you're in the back center and you're down by 2 points, it's kind of on you to get out of there and start getting to work.
Yeah.
Good feel for Henry getting out to that corner, but
it was a nice finish, though.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, at some point in time it would be nice to spread the field out a little bit better angle.
Yeah, I think it makes that easier, right?
Didn't need to do it, apparently, though, but...
It's old school, Matt. You're thinking old
Mouse
school, bro.
is trying to make it as hard on himself as possible, man. He's been doing this so long.
He likes a challenge, bro. He likes a challenge.
We're trying to make it as difficult as possible, make it look as good as possible.
Otherwise, everybody could do it, Matt. Otherwise, everybody could do it.
Hey, it was a solid close for Diesel. Oh, look at Mouse. Is heated right now. He's pumped up. He was in a really good mood. Saw him yesterday at the practice. He had a big old smile on his face and, happy with the new look and the new squad.
Good, man. He deserves to be happy.
But the game that they dropped to the Ironman,
that's gonna sting a little bit.
Very motivated to come out here and try to win this game by as many points as possible against Revo, because do not want to go 0-2 on day one. Still some time left here for Revo. Their new lineup doesn't look bad, I mean, there's some guys making some moves out there.
They've got some good
They're just
players.
getting a body dropping here. They've also been losing some bodies on the break. There's a few. They're
couple bad breakouts.
A little bit.
But yeah, they look good. Looked good in practice last weekend as well.
Greg Pauly, also with Mark Johnson, part of the mastermind of putting this lineup together. Definitely a very chaotic offseason. It was
definitely one of the most expensive off seasons ever.
Yeah, the paintball patrons that own paintball teams having to fork out in this one for sure. Try to stay as competitive as they can, but hey, welcome to pro sports.
Yeah, people getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Back in our day, Matt, and our deals were like, hey, you come over, there's like 3 or 4 lenses in it for you, bro. And like, these are the good ones. These are the tinted lenses.
Rich, you know my deal, right? Is the fridge full of tall boys? Oh, it is?
Right.
Okay.
All right, I'm in.
What is going on here? So Diesel had their bodies out. Revo had no one out there yet. And then... So some arguments going back and forth. Even Alex Frazee is also getting into it too. Dynasty getting ready to play their next game. We got Marcelo, Harrison, and Blake out here, and Alex decided to chime into the argument as well.
Why not?
Well, the
qualified.
AC Diesels, they're saying they called the timeout. AC Diesel was like, no, you didn't hit it. And Alex looked over and he's like, how could you possibly know? How could you know?
Well, regardless of what you hit it or not, my answer is no. There's no way you could have hit it.
So, yeah, still a couple more sets to go. Dynasty taking on Legion next. And I believe that a timeout was called by Revo. For whatever reason, Diesel didn't know, or the button didn't work, or something happened. But
they were looking to steal a point for sure.
So we're going to reset here 5-on-5 with, looks like 4:09 left to go. 2-point spread. That's doable. We've seen that lots of times.
Yeah, for any of these teams out here.
It is a slower field, though. So 2 minutes a point is not going to be easy.
It is a slower field, but it is a field that you can also shoot 2 guys on the break.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. Yeah.
And any field can be fast if you can shoot 2 guys on the break, and then you react to that.
Absolutely. So now Revo has their bodies out there. And now we're going to wait for AC Diesel to put their 5 out. And with that huge, ridiculous roster they have, I'm just kind of wondering, as we watch this team develop, I mean, who are going to be their go-to guys?
I think it's their 6th wave.
Are they going to run 2 full lines? It does look like they're giving the All-Stars the lion's share of the spins, but we have seen lots of bodies out there so far.
Yeah, you paint yourself in a corner on that one, kid. They're all on Greg Pauly right now, trying to figure out what they're going to do, what adjustments they're going to make so they can come out and have their best point possible against Revo.
Yeah, so it looks like J-Rab and Pauly are discussing something. How much time do we have left? Okay, minute left to go here on this timeout. So it looks like Baginski, Rabikoff, Hyde, Spica. And who else do we got going out for them? Yeah, they need one more body.
Horvath?
And unless there was some random penalty that we didn't see.
No, I don't think so.
No, I've sent a Mouse out. Mouse just wanted to do. He knew he had a couple.
He's trying to be dramatic. They did it too late. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a timeout situation, which has been rectified, and now we have 5-on-5 break with about 4 minutes left to go, and a 2-point spread still in favor of the AC Diesel. Definitely doable for Revo. Ideally, as Rich was just breaking down, would like to have a couple kills off the break, at least one, to try to help speed this along. Now, knowing that, Diesel doesn't really give them much. They don't extend out wide.
That's a good call, right?
Ooh, they do shoot Spica, though, immediately, almost, well, not immediately, but on a secondary transition up to the Aztecs. So great zone control here for Revo.
Well, and to Spica's defense, he'd been kind of changing his timing up on that move, so they guessed right.
Ooh, and a penalty going to be assessed on the back center here. And that's going to pull. So I didn't see Baginski or Rabakov, as they had almost tripled up that back center, essentially. And Rabakov's the one arguing with the ref, so I'm guessing that he's the one that got the penalty.
Oh, and Revo gets a penalty, too.
I was going to say, just
touche.
Revo needed some sort of something to happen, and they got a gift, but then throwing it away by getting a penalty of their own. So now with 3:30 left to go, it's a 2-on-3?
2-on-2 or 2-on-3, man.
Yeah, 2-on-2, 2-on-3.
Revo with 2 players, one moving up the center, one moving up the Drio side. Mouse over here in the tower. Oh, Mouse gets shot. Might be a 2-on-1 now, Matty.
Yeah, I think it's just Nico left.
Unless they got a snake corner.
Yeah, Nico Hyde tries to dive into snake 2, and he gets shot. You're not going to see a concession from Diesel. Revo's got to figure it out. Just try to preserve as much time as possible. They clear it out. So there goes Silos and Omara. And we got ourselves a pretty decent game so far. This has been a fun one here. 1-point match. 3 minutes left to go. See if Diesel can tighten it up a little bit, though, Rich. So this next set, Legion Dynasty, obviously with the reconstruction for Legion, got to give the advantage to the best team in the world right now, saying the Dynasty. But with no Dalton and picking up both Harrison and Chris.
I disagree 100%.
I'm just, okay, cool. You can go with Legion. Look, anyone's got a chance out here. We did see the Ironman beat Diesel, and we've seen upsets constantly the past couple years.
Do you know who the Russian Legion picked up?
Yes. So
I expect him to carry them to victory very early on in this match against Dynasty.
Yeah, so Legion doesn't have Smotroff here, which definitely hurts their offense. No
He's better than Smotroff.
No Jason Burns, and no coach.
He's better than the coach and Burns.
So, but they did pick up Eddie Vasquez and Diego.
It's not either one of those guys.
Oh, what? Who they picked up?
Yeah.
Oh, Harrison.
Harris Hussein.
Yeah, Harris Hussein.
That guy is going to carry them.
Can you just give me some time?
I don't think Dynasty has a chance. To be fair.
Right on.
To be fair.
Hey, dude, you're a straight shooter. I appreciate that about you. But the question I was trying to get to was with both Chris Shear and Harrison Fry as your new guys that you picked up, both legit elite attackers. I mean, Chris Shear, he didn't carry Revo because they obviously have a pretty deep roster.
He won amazing points.
But yes, he would win point after point after point for them as the first attacker on the D side. Harrison has been doing the same thing for Infamous. I'm wondering how they're going to mix them into that already stellar lineup that they have. Obviously, you know Dalton here, but I'm wondering who played best in practice. They're going to go a little more Shear, a little more Harrison Fry, maybe put Blake back over to the D side. What are they going to do with that?
Great position to have two of the best players competing to play a spot, right? And then the other guy gets to relieve that guy, right? And if you can make that a healthy competition, those two guys can be the best two guys in the whole league.
Yeah.
If those guys get tied up and who gets more spins, it'll devolve. But
and then because they've been working and cultivating Damien's talent as well too. But Damien's not here. He's actually here playing semi-pro, but he
got real life. He took real life.
Has another new job, so not able to commit as fully as you have to. We'll probably see him back once things get a little bit deeper.
That's the nice thing is if a guy comes into your team and he's a good fit, and then life comes up, he can always come back, right? As long as you're a good fit, you're a good teammate, you do all the things you need to do to support the team, you can almost always come back.
But I'm just wondering, are they going to put Blake over there maybe a little bit, have Blake play the center, no Oliver here?
I would expect to see Blake being creative on the snake / over here, and they'd put someone on island like Chris Shear over there that's really smart, really fast, really athletic, can stay alive, communicate. And then when they want to attack, they'll probably put Harrison in. 5-on-5, Matty. Oh, as I say that, two Revo guys get peeled off. Oh, and so does A-Rod. So 4-on-3 advantage here for Diesel.
Yeah, still a little bit of breader here for AC Diesel to help burn this 2 minutes and 45 seconds off to take the victory. Not trying to go with an 0-2 record into day 2.
Mouse releasing going forward.
This is Revo's first game. They have to play the Hurricanes next, who just dropped a game in this set, actually Houston Heat, but that one ended long ago. Revo gliding into D3, though.
Yep. Trying to push that gap on the D side. J-Rab following up Mouse over here on the snake side.
Henry Sense.
Yeah, filling
mirroring the
that
move.
tower.
Yeah, mirroring up the move with Justin Rabakov.
That's a great spot for Henry to play because he can see the whole field from there. He can communicate, use his gunfighting, but if he has to launch and go get somebody, he's on his feet and he can do that. Really like that spot for him.
Yeah, so Revo in a pretty good spot right now, 50-yard line.
Yeah, they just gotta be careful they don't fall into the trap of waiting for Diesel to push, right? Because Diesel's not gonna push, right? They're in those spots and they're shooting those zones, but Diesel's more than happy to just sit back and wait until the clock runs down. Diesel with a one body advantage. They've got the snake tower, snake brick, back center, and the can on the Drio side.
Silos Cortez with the retreat to get back to snake 1. Still has some little bit of time to work with here, but they are going to have to go into the breach shortly. Minute and 31 seconds left in regulation.
Yeah. I just don't like him moving back again and putting himself in a defensive position against a team that's not going to attack because time is short and they're up on points and bodies. You know what I mean? It's just like he's not putting himself in a position where he might be able to win this.
Well, he just got scalped. Nice kill there for AC Diesel to get a shot in on Silos. Can't really knock Silos for trying to be aggressive and gunfight. I mean, he was just trying to put himself in a better position.
Yeah, he's got a wheel and deal.
Yeah, it's going to force a concession, though.
It's like Diesel's kind of found their feet again. Struggled there a little bit, but right back on pace.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's tough, right, to get it together this quick. I mean, they put that team together, a month and a half ago, and then only one real big practice on a layout. They had another practice, and obviously those guys train by themselves quite a bit, but still, they are starting to find the groove a little bit. You can kind of see it starting to look a little more well-oiled out there.
And it's good, regardless of how good they all are, it's going to take a little while for that team to get to its highest level, and then see if they can get past that first plateau and they can be something special.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm interested to know what happened in the meeting, right? So they lose that last game. Do you think Mark and Greg were heated? I don't think so. I think they were probably like, hey, let's shake that one off. Justin.
You don't take it too seriously.
Justin's
right?
becoming a leader on that team as well,
sure.
too. That's his role. It's one of the reasons he decided to make this move is he felt like it was that time in his career to give him, a
move into the next phase.
To move into that phase, to be a more vocal leader. And I talked to Alex about this, Mouse. He was saying, yeah, Justin's definitely doing that, and I'm not the most vocal guy.
I don't know anybody better to do it than him.
But but Mouse, he's like, I'm not the most vocal guy, but occasionally going to say things here or there, but I'm going to try to lead by what I do on the field.
Yeah, 100%. They're all just kind of finding their own leadership, and that's great.
But they are emerging into a different chapter in their career.
Yeah.
This is a different chapter for J-Rab. So, I mean, that guy's been playing. I mean, he started playing pro paintball with us when he was 16 years old on his Possessive and then had this amazing career. And now that he's getting a little bit longer in the tooth, it's time for him to step up and be a leader and form a team like this. So it's going to be an interesting story here for Justin Rabakov and the rest of the boys over there on AC Diesel.
And we get to watch.
Yeah, we get to watch it.
And make fun of them, when they struggle along the way. In the most supportive way possible.
Yeah, so in the pits here, 2-point lead, AC Diesel. Goldman getting ready to go. I think he's played every single point. He's going to ride until the wheels fall off, and they don't normally fall off for Alex Goldman, so I don't expect that to happen.
Getting ready for this next point. Diesel's taking as long as possible to get out on the field. Returning that timeout earlier.
But these even moments like this are important, right?
For sure.
Yeah, give them some time. Talk through the game plans and see how this is all going to go. Everyone's been here and done this before. Paulie's been doing this forever. Mark Johnson's been doing this forever, but it's a new look, so we got to kind of see, okay, whose voices are going to be chiming in when, and how's everyone going to be contributing to the information that we need to gather. Spick has been having a pretty good day.
Yeah,
Seems to be really looking good on the snake
I really like it when he plays offensively.
Yes, when he plays his best, when he's forced to play on his toes going forward.
I agree. I like it. He reacts really well to pressure.
See if Revo can answer the call.
I don't think they can, man. I think they've got to watch this match, get back together, and talk about what's going on. Because they're not making one mistake. These points they're making 2 or 3 small mistakes, and it's costing them these points.
But they're also in similar situations,
100%,
right? They've also
100%.
rebuilt on the squad, trying to bring some new guys in.
A bunch of really good players with some new guys sprinkled in. I love that move for Benny. Makes it all the way up the center. They get a kill on the D side, so 4-on-5 advantage here for Revo as they move forward. Another attacker. Bennett getting a check. Bennett going through now. Gets another one.
Yeah, he runs right by Mark Johnson. I had no idea Mark was there.
Oh, here comes the red, though. I think Bennett just cost him. That was a great move, though. Just do that same run, Benny, without the penalties, and do it earlier in the match when it needed something.
Well, Benny's looking around like, well, wait a second. There's a major on me? And then the coaching staff for Revo's like, hey, just get in the pits.
It came from a ref over here, but I just assumed it was Benny because he had gone through.
I assumed it was on Benny, too.
Well, you shouldn't assume things, Matt.
You literally said that first.
But
so
I'm
you were the one
obviously more critical of you than I am of myself.
You know, it's getting a little late in the day, and this is typically when you start to be a little
I am
more
starting
critical.
to get a little
salty.
The joints are starting to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting a little tired, a little cranky. I haven't napped all day, bro. Not one nap.
Well, don't worry. We got Marcelo coming up, hopefully, for this next game. Oh, no, actually, no, you can't let you go yet.
No, forget
Dynasty and then Marcelo. So Marcelo said he wanted
I was going to say,
come
man,
up.
Marcelo's ballsy coming up during his match. I wouldn't think the old Alex wouldn't let that kind of thing slide. New Alex is so soft, bro.
Well, they've been so successful.
Yeah, you know what? Take a match off.
They got to save Marcelo.
Take a match off.
It's a multiple-time Finals MVP.
They figured out they pay him by match. So, yeah, no, go ahead, Marcelo. Take a match off. That's cool. We think we've got this one.
Yeah, so still just trying to figure out what the final score of this one's going to be. But now that it's a 3-point spread with barely any time left, it really is going to be, okay, well, how much is Revo going to lose by? Is it going to be 3? Could they drop another point, put them in a bad spot? They got to play the Hurricanes next.
No pressure.
X Factor Infamous. Infamous has already played, and they had a pretty solid win over the Saints. And I talked to Colt about this. He actually had a little bit of a decent 20-minute talk with Colt Roberts, X Factor legend. And he was asking me, he's like, which do you think is a bigger advantage? That Infamous gets to go and play the field?
I had this discussion with somebody else earlier.
Or we get to sit there and scout them
exactly.
and know when they're going to show their hand, and we get to see what they got, who's playing where. I mean, what do you think is the bigger advantage? I'm like, you can kind of argue that both ways, but
it kind of depends on you as a team, right?
Exactly. It's like, how do you take that information?
How do you make adjustments,
Yes.
And how can your style match up better?
Is that actually going to help you guys? I mean, you going to look at that, the situation and maybe change something?
And it depends on how well that match goes for you, right? If you go out and have a horrible match and you don't learn anything, you just fail the whole time, you're probably not more prepared for the next match than you are for that match.
So it's going to be a 5-on-4 situation in favor of Diesel.
Yeah.
Revo going to start with 4. I feel like there's been more than the allotted timeouts on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how many the allotted amount of timeouts is, but it's too many.
Yeah, so in that game, X Factor Infamous, who do you got? Infamous, again, pretty decent win.
I'm going to say probably Infamous. I would rather play the field, assume that I'm going to learn some stuff and make some adjustments going forward than come in cold knowing that, I know 60 or 70% what they did, but I also know they're going to make some changes because they've played the field and they've learned some things that we might not have learned yet.
Just to argue, because I like to argue with you, if you look at X Factor's roster.
What, honey? Oh, sorry. I thought you were my wife for a second. I apologize.
And the way that this field is, this is a perfect snake for Billy Bernaccia.
Giddy up.
A Meter Ninos and a Colt Roberts, floating somewhere. I'm not sure. They're going to kind of go back and forth, but they got to. And then Parrish over there in the D side. I think that's a
very nuanced. Yeah, it's going to be good.
It's going to be, and then picking up Cody. Yeah, man. I think that X Factor. This could be a good event for X Factor. Infamous already proved that they know this field pretty well.
I feel like they're always like fast starters too. Like first event of the season, they always seem like they do pretty well.
So just 42 seconds to go.
Revo digs out to both corners. Diesel drops their first player.
Yeah, Revo dropping a player as well. From
3-on-4 now. Advantage Diesel. 3-on-4 advantage Diesel still.
Yeah, Diesel in no hurry to go anywhere.
Yeah, up by point here.
A-Rod does look like he might want to make a move up to 3 points.
The rest of the guys don't want to go.
Yeah, they're just looking like they're going to burn this clock
Yeah,
off.
just waiting for the game to end.
Revo going to be content.
I'm kind of surprised Diesel isn't trying to use this as an opportunity to practice a fast point,
Well,
they know that they've won the match already.
Well, just as it looked like Revo was going to be content to let the spread be the way it is, O'Mara throws his hat into the ring and moves up the field. He ends up getting taken out. and that is going to do it here. So final score going to be 5-2 in favor of AC Diesel. So they did answer the call, and they came back mightily here against a pretty tough Baltimore Revo. So they go 1-1 on the day, and since they only lost by 1, going to have a +2 point spread with that 101 score. 2 tomorrow, of course. And then, but coming up next, we got San Diego Dynasty taking on Legion, X Factor, and Infamous. That should be a fun set. Stick with us here on GoSports.com. 2023 NXL Sunshine State Major. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford. We'll be back.